Hello, I'm Brad Stubbe, Sheriff of Manatee County. Welcome to Sheriff's Patrol.
And I'm Dave Bristow. Coming up on Sheriff's Patrol, we'll have some tips on how to stay away from internet fraud. And we'll take you inside the Sheriff's Youth Ranch and Parish. But first on Sheriff's Patrol, the prescription drug problem is adversely affecting more and more people around the country, including right here in Manatee County. Sheriff Patrol's Randy Warren has the story.
Dave, it's becoming the most prevalent drug problem in Manatee County. People of all ages, but mostly the young, it seems, are getting addicted to prescription drugs. They're legal pills being used illegally. And as we're finding, these pills can be deadly and oftentimes way too easy to get.
It's hard to comprehend that someone can just die in their sleep from a pill. You know, if you're real, I mean, it doesn't seem right. It seems just not believable.
He thought he was okay because it was a legal drug.
Cindy and her daughter Tara are reminded daily of how prescription drugs took the life of their beloved son and brother.
He overdosed from legal drugs used illegally. Prescription drugs he found in his friend's mom's medicine cabinet.
20-year-old Garrett Harney had seemingly everything to live for, but he couldn't beat his ongoing struggle with legal painkillers.
He said it felt so good, it numbed him from feeling.
Garrett's story is like thousands in Florida with a tragic ending.
We tried therapy, we tried all the things that moms and dads try that we knew of at the time.
Ruth Lyerly also lost her son. Todd was 17 when he shot himself.
I just think he was just in so much despair, and he just felt that there was no hope for him, that there was no way out. And this all started, with drugs.
Today, Ruth is using her personal pain to help others. She and Cindy Harney co-founded FADA. Families Against Addictive Drug Abuse is a nonprofit group striving to bring more awareness in promoting better education about the misuse of prescription drugs.
Hopefully, with the programs we brought into the schools and the promotion of the legislation for prescription drugs and for pill mills and some regulation there, that we can make a difference and that another family won't have to go through what our family has gone through.
The numbers are astounding, and it is an epidemic that we have in our community, in our state.
Law enforcement is well aware of the growing problem. Recently, the sheriff's office rounded up known dealers of prescription drugs. Deputies served over 70 warrants on 47 suspects. Charges ranging from the sale of a controlled substance to trafficking in prescription narcotics. Others were arrested for trying to buy pills without a prescription.
I think for many of our young people, they look at prescription drugs as being safe. It's something safe they can use. Doctors prescribe it, everyone takes it. So let me take this and not take something that's illegal. And it's a terrible misconception. They are very dangerous. The opioids and opiates are, killing our youth every day.
I see that people are just looking for something more, and they want to just fill the void in their life, and they just, resort to numbing themselves. And life's not always easy. Life has its ups and downs, and it's just life. You feel the good and the bad. And I feel like people just are scared to feel, and they just, want to be numb. And so they resort to using a pill.
The Sheriff's Office is currently running a PSA campaign featuring 2 spots on prescription drug abuse. You'll get a chance to see those public service announcements a little bit later in this show. Sheriff?
Well, Randy, those are some very compelling public service announcements, and I would hope that everyone that watches Monday Night Football gets an opportunity to see those, and we're very grateful to the families for their participation.
Yeah, no question about it. Sheriff, prescription and other drugs trigger much of the violent crime in Manatee County. Earlier this year, on July 12th, 22-year-old Kyle Schweitzer was shot and killed at his brother's residence in the 7800 block of Manatee Avenue West. Even though an arrest has not been made, detectives are confident the shooting was drug-related.
The indications are that the perpetrators went over to that house because they believed that they were going to get a large score of drugs, in this case marijuana. That evidently didn't happen, but it did result in the death of one young man.
Again, it's extremely important that we have information from the community. There's people out there that know what took place. And you can do this anonymously. You can call Crime Stoppers, or you can call the sheriff's office, ask for the detective that's working the case. You don't have to give your name. Just give us the information. Yeah, no question. If you have any information on the Kyle Schweitzer homicide or any other unsolved crime, call Crime Stoppers. Again, the number 866-634-TIPS. And if an arrest is made, you could be eligible for a cash reward. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Sheriff's Patrol right after this.
Anything is possible here at the Youth Ranch, and we try to tell these guys all the time, you know, if you have a dream, go for it, and you never know, you might just end up getting there. Hold on.
30 seconds is not nearly enough time to show you the thousands of people who die in Florida each year from prescription drug abuse.
Car crashes occur every 12 seconds. 9 teens are killed each day, 3,500 each year. The nation's #1 teenage killer is car crashes. Teen Driver Challenge teaches young drivers about safety techniques, vehicle dynamics, and how to avoid accidents.
Register for the next Teen Driver Challenge by visiting our website, manateesheriff.com. Take the challenge and learn to drive like your life depends on it.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sheriff's Patrol. Well, it's that time of year again when people are starting to think about the holidays. More and more shoppers are turning to the internet instead of fighting their way through the crowded stores. But like anything else, there are some risks involved when shopping online. We have crime prevention specialist Dawn Stroup with us to give us some online shopping tips. Dawn, just how prevalent is fraud on the internet?
Dave, I'm glad you asked. It's a big problem. One of the things is it's easy and the person on the other side is anonymous. I think it's really important that you be careful when you're on your eBays or your Craigslist or that deal that sounds so good. Another big scam on the internet is you get pop-ups or things that say, hey, your account's been compromised, and it might be your Bank of America or any one of the things that you deal with all the time. Don't respond to those. Go look up on the site yourself. Make sure that you've checked the numbers. Don't call that number that they say to call. Check the numbers on your actual sites that you've initiated. Another thing on the internet, make sure that you have that lock that says that your transaction's secure, or the HTTPS on that link of your address, your IP address.
Deputy Dawn, for those of us that are going to be shopping at the malls, you have any tips for us? Yes, Sheriff. ABCs, avoid creating the opportunity to become a victim. Shop during the day. Shop with someone else. Know the areas that you're going in. Look around you. In fact, looking around is a B. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of any opportunities that you may create. If you have valuables in your car, get them out of the way. That's creating an opportunity. Walk with like a fanny pack, or keep a small little wallet in your pocket, and look around your shoulder and call anything in if you think it's suspicious. And you can also refer to our website for more safety tips.
Thanks so much, Dawn. Turning to news from the Sheriff's Office. Our employees of the month are Powell Jankowski and Linnell Martin from Information Technology. and Erica Anderson from Human Resources. Deputies of the month are Brian Cherry, Mark Pearson, and Terry Blake. Deputies Pearson and Blake were honored for securing a domestic murder scene earlier this year and in the process, possibly saving the lives of several family members. Deputy Cherry recently helped rescue 4 swimmers from the Gulf of Mexico on Anna Maria Island. All 4 people were rushed to the hospital. Sadly, 2 of the swimmers died, while the other 2 made full recoveries. Turning to promotions, Willie Finkley is now a first-class deputy, and promoted to the rank of sergeant are Avilio Perez and Brett Getman. In years of service, hitting the 20-year mark at MSO, we have Detective Caroline Magnuson, Deputy Deborah Miner, Deputy Carlton Adams, Deputy Monty Staley, Cynthia Kelly, Dorothy Woods, and finally Deputy Cynthia Evers. For 25 years of service, we honored Captain Pat Bartholomew, Deputy Mike Shue, Carolyn Arbogast, and Deputy Joe Leitenberger. Finally, we have 2 retirements to pass along, Sini Mabanta and Cynthia Kelly. And Sheriff, one thing for certain, more and more people getting to that magical 20 to 25 years at the Sheriff's Office.
Seems like every staff meeting that we have now, we've got some folks hitting that milestone. And I think because of what they bring to the table and their experience, it's great for our community.
No question about it. You know, many people have heard of the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch, but do you really know what services they provide? Also, did you know there's a youth ranch right here in Manatee County?
This is the Manatee County Sheriff Youth Ranch. We refer most commonly as the Bradenton Sarasota Ranch. We have 20 boys located on the residing on the property, coming from a very varied backgrounds, having a lot of difficulty in making the right choices.
The youth ranch is a thing for kids that get in trouble and that have a bad life, that had a bad life. It's supposed to help you to get through it, to be successful in life, be the best you can, make some out of yourself.
A number of them do have some type of a diagnosis, like maybe ADHD or oppositional defiance. Some come with depression. So you add in all that together, and that makes up a troubled young person that has lost their way, and family has tried their best and are unable to do it, and they've reached out, and you know, our guys end up here with us.
The guys are normally in somewhere between 2 to 3.5 years behind in their grade point, in their grades average right now. Fortunately, we have an on-campus school where they have more one-on-one attention.
I look at it, educational challenge here is not really a whole lot different than in other places in terms of turning kids into citizens. For the most part, the regular school systems just hasn't worked for them for any number of given reasons. So what we have here is we have an opportunity to teach regular class subject as well as give the boys an opportunity for credit recovery as well.
This ranch helped me have a better relationship with my parents. Like, my first home pass, it wasn't so well, and like, I kept on going home, and I built up the relationship with my parents just by what I learned at the youth ranch.
I don't know, it's kind of helped me like control like how I think about things. Like, instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this like this, I'm thinking this is what I can do to get that. Like, instead of taking the easy road, I'm kind of doing it the right way.
You're going to push yourself straight up in the air, okay? And you're going to gently lift your leg over, gently sit your rear down in the saddle. What we do is we use some of our Sheriff's Office mounts that we use for our regular mounted patrol unit for regular duty. And twice a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I come out and work with the boys for a couple of hours. They're learning to groom and take care of the horses. They're learning to ride. A lot of these kids have never seen a horse before they started the program a few months ago. And now they're out here and they're able to walk, trot, and some of them even canter their horses around a little bit.
It's an excellent lesson, the lesson in life that in spite of who you are, that you are able to manage and control this huge animal. And not only that, though, it's a tremendous self-esteem builder.
2 or 3 of the kids out here who have got the top grades now in their classes, and they weren't there before they started the program. So I think the program has taught them a lot of respect for themselves.
It teaches them to manage their own behavior because it's a privilege to ride the horses here.
Now listen, that pivot foot, look, hey, he didn't pick his pivot foot up.
There are so many cliches that one could to use to describe the impact that the ranches have on young men and women.
The Florida Sheriff Youth Ranch is a life changer.
I'll probably be down in the future, if I wasn't here, I'll probably be in jail.
If you know you have problems, you want to fix them, then yeah, this is a really good place for you.
Anything is possible here at the Youth Ranch, and we try to tell these guys all the time, you know, if you have a dream, go for it, and you never know, you might just end up getting there.
I want to become a sports agent, and I want to do archaeology.
We ask them basically 3 questions. What do you want? And is what you're doing going to get you what you want? And if not, what do you need to do differently?
It really changes people's lives.
Behind me is the cottage that's known as Aurora. It, however, has now been recently closed due to the economy, which reduced our ability to serve 9 additional boys. This is the living area for our boys.
To run one cottage with 10 boys and 4 staff, and for food and everything that goes into it, it's about $200,000 for just one cottage in a year.
You can see it's what you would normally find in any household, except it's bigger, and we have 2 of everything. We have 2 refrigerators, 2 freezers, 2 stoves, etc., 2 dishwashers.
Our funding, we're funded 90% by donors. So as a donor donates, that money goes to run our programs, and unfortunately, as the economy and the stock market went down, so did the donations. It was almost penny for penny with the stock market and the donations.
It's a good thing that to donate money to open the other cottage, because the cottage parents keep telling me that the economy, they say, is like really, really bad right now, and they can't afford to have the other cottage open, so we do need money to open the other cottage.
The mission of the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches is to prevent delinquency, and I think that any time that one can invest a few dollars into that endeavor, it's going toward the betterment of the larger community, not just this ranch, but the community itself.
This is a great organization, and I have to tell you, Dave, when I go to the ranch itself and then see those kids, and then some of them are actually out in our community working at some of the area restaurants, and they just can't wait to get up to you and talk to you, and this is something that we all need to support.
No question about it. All right, don't go away. When we return, we'll have highlights from this year's Police Olympics.
Play loose. Aggressive, hard, but loose.
I lost my big brother when he was 20 to a legal drug.
His last words were, "It's a prescription, Mom. It's legal."
People think it's a safer way to get high.
They're incredibly addictive. You will go to sleep and you will never wake up.
Prescription drugs kill 5 times more than illegal drugs, so it's definitely not a safer way to get high.
This holiday season, make time for the things that really matter, like family, friends, and the reason for the season. Let's all say no to violence and let there be peace on earth.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sheriff's Patrol, along with Manatee County Sheriff Brad Stubbe. I'm Dave Bristow. The Sheriff's Office recently participated in the annual Florida Police Olympics. This is a great opportunity for deputies to compete in Olympic-style games against other agencies from around the state.
One, two, three. Team! There you go, girl. Play loose. Aggressive, hard, but loose.
Nancy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nancy!
Sheriff, it's exciting for all of the deputies to go over there and compete, and I know you've been competing for a number of years, and you were out on the golf course this year.
Yeah, I played a little golf and had a great time. Had a great partner, Mike Mayer. But no, it's a great way for our folks to get together and relax and just have a good time with other law enforcement officers throughout the state.
All right, that'll wrap it up for Sheriff's Patrol. For Sheriff Brad Stubbe, I'm Dave Bristow. So long, everyone.